First, detail about biological motives. Biological motives include hunger, thirst, and the avoidance of pain. An early attempt to specify how these motives affect behavior. Biological motives are directly related to individuals' physiological needs, and eating are necessary for individuals' biological survival. Sex is essential for survival of the species. What do you mean by biological motives? Biological motives are directly related to individuals' physiological needs. Example, eating are necessary for individual biological survival. Can you define biological motives? It is include the most basic human motivations such as hunger, thirst, sex, sensory stimulation. Biological motives are wired into the body's nervous system and are necessary for human survival. Features of biological motive. Biological needs balanced physiological conditions of the body. Our body to maintain a balance is called homeostasis. In many of its internal physiological process, this balance is very important for life. Temperature must not get too high or too low. There must be enough water the body tissues. The homeostatic mechanism are mainly responsible maintaining the acidities, water level, sugar level, temperature, blood pressure, and numerous other highly complicated bodily processes. There are many automatic mechanisms which maintain the balance. Consider the automatic physiological control of body temperature at a point of 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. Homeostasis. Definition. It is tendency of body to maintain a balance among internal physiological conditions. Such balance is essential for individual survival. Example, body temperature, blood pressure, acidity, alkaline, oxygen, carbon dioxide, sugar. Types of physiological motives. A. Hunger. B. Thirst. C. Need of oxygen. D. Regulation of body. E. Temperature. F. Avoidance of pain. G. Elimination of waste. H. Sleep. I. Sex. J. Maternal. K. Need for sensory stimulation. I. Need for postural change. Regulation of body, homeostasis, need for oxygen. We breathe because oxygen is needed to burn the sugars and fatty acids in our cells to produce energy. First, we are going to detail about hunger motive, appetite. We eat to live. The food we take is digested, and nutritional substances are absorbed. The biochemical processes get their energy from the food in order to sustain life. We develop hunger motive in order to maintain homeostasis. This is indicated by contraction of stomach muscles causing some pain or discomfort called hunger panges. Can you define hunger? A feeling of discomfort or weakness caused by lack of food coupled with the desire to eat. Factors of hunger motive: feeling of contraction in stomach, need for food, growth, repair tissues, energy, came from metabolism of food, chemical changes. Types of hunger: general hunger, specific hunger, need for proteins, fats, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals. Look at this picture. Stomach become empty, release ghrelin, stimulates appetite. The appetite control center, hypothalamus. Food injected, stop ghrelin. Intestine food, ingested, release, PYY hormone. Pancreas, carbohydrates, protein intake, insulin released. Adipose or fat tissue, fat intake, storage, leptin released, inhibit appetite. So this is a physiology of hunger. Eating disorders. First, anorexia nervosa, intense fear of weight gain. Weight is not below normal. Second, bulima nervosa, with less frequent behaviors. 3. Binge eating disorders, with less frequent occurrence. 4. Burging disorder, burging without binge eating. 5. Night eating syndrome, excessive night time food consumption. 6. Other types: rumination disorder, pica, avoidant restrictive, food intake disorder. First, anorexia nervosa, detail about it. Being significantly underweight compared with people of similar age and height. Very restricted eating patterns. An intense fear of gaining weight or behavior to avoid gaining weight despite being underweight. A heavy influence of body weight, perceived body shape on self-esteem. A distorted body image, including denial of being seriously underweight. Next, detail about bulimia nervosa, episode of binge eating with a feeling of lack of control. Episodes of inappropriate bargaining behaviors to prevent weight gain. A self-esteem overlay influenced by body shape and weight. 3. Binge eating disorder. Eating large amount of foods rapidly in secret and until uncomfortably full, despite not feeling hungry, feeling a lack of control during episodes of binge eating, feeling of distress such as shame, disgust, guilt when thinking about the binge eating behavior. No use of purging behavior such as calorie restriction, vomiting, excessive exercise or laxative used to compensate for the binging. 4. Bargaining disorder. Individuals with bargaining disorder often use bargaining behavior such as vomiting, laxatives or excessive exercising to control their weight or shape. However, they do not binge. 5. Night eating disorder. Individuals with this syndrome frequently eat excessively, often after awakening from sleep. 6. Other types. Rumination disorder. Rumination disorder is another newly recognized eating disorder. It describes as condition in which a person regrets food they have previously chewed and swallowed, rechew it, spit it out. Pica. Pica is another eating disorder that involves eating things that are not considered food. Individuals with pica crave non-food substances such as ice, dirt, soil, chalk, soap, paper, hair, cloth, wool, laundry, detergent, etc. Pica can occur in adults as well as children and adolescents. That said, this disorder is most frequently observed in children, pregnant women, and individuals with mental disabilities. Next, avoidant restrictive food intake disorder. It is a intake disorder, ARFID, is a new name for an old disorder. The term replaces what was known as feeding disorder of infancy and early childhood. Diagnosis previously reserved for children under 7 years old. Although ARFID generally develops during infancy or early childhood, it can persist into adulthood. It's equally common among men and women. Next, biological motive, thirst. Detail going on. In our daily life, regularly, we take fluid in the form of water and other beverages. These fluids are essential for our body tissues for normal functioning. When the water level in the body decreases, we develop motive to drink water. Usually, thirst motive is indicated by dryness of mouth. Experiments by psychologists have shown that just a dried mouth getting wetted is not enough. We need to drink sufficient quantity of water to gratify our thirst. Can you define thirst motive? It is a sensation of dryness in the mouth and throat related to need or desire to drink. Look at these pictures. Process, we need water. Losing water evaporated from skin, formation of urine. Lack of water all the cell. Throat and mouth get dry. Hypothalamus, sensitive to loss of water. Regulate thirst motive. Thirst motive. Physiology of thirst. Look at this picture. Green in color stimulation, red in color inhibition. When decreased volume of extracellular fluid stimulates osmoreceptors in hypothalamic thirst center. Sensation of thirst, person seeks a drink. Increased osmolality of extracellular fluid, decreased saliva secretion, dry mouth. Sensation of thirst, person seek a drink. After drink water, water has been absorbed from gastrointestinal tract. Then decreased osmolality of extracellular fluid, increased volume of extracellular fluid, and stimulates osmoreceptors in hypothalamic thirst center. The thirst motive will be over. Next biological motive, need of oxygen. We need breathe because oxygen is needed to burn the fuel, sugars and fatty acid in our cells to produce energy. Oxygen is brought into this lung via breathing, where it is transported by red blood cells to the entire body to be used to produce energy. Next biological motive, regulation of body, homeostasis. Can you define homeostasis? It is a tendency of body to maintain a balance among internal physiological conditions. Such balance is essential for individual survival. Example, body temperature, blood pressure, acidic or alkaline, oxygen, carbohydrate, sugar, etc. Next biological motive, motive for regulation of body temperature, warmth and cold. Warmth and cold are regulated within limits by the physiological mechanism of homeostasis. Hypothalamus is a center for the regulation of body temperature. For example, when the temperature increases the above normal level, opening of windows, put on fan, take cool drinks, remove clothes, etc. When temperature falls down, closing doors and windows, wear sweaters, take hot beverages. In this way, we try to regulate the body temperature. Maintenance of normal body temperature 98.6 degree Fahrenheit or 37.0 degrees Celsius is necessary. Rise or fall in the body temperature causes many problems. There are some automatic mechanisms to regulate body temperature, like sweating when the temperature rises above normal, shivering when it falls below normal, warmth and cold. Warmth and cold are regulated within limits by the physiological mechanism of homeostasis. Hypothalamus is a center for the regulation of body temperature. There are receptors for warmth and cold distributed generally over the surface of the body. Causes stimuli, temperature or cold. Nerve endings, receptors, transduction, hypothalamus, automatic mechanism, balance temperature and cold, homeostasis. Look at this picture. Hypothalamus, right thalamus, left thalamus, hypothalamus, cerebellum. The hypothalamus is responsible for thermoregulation, hypothermia, hyperthermia. Hyperthermia which occurs when the temperature drops below that required to maintain normal metabolism. Hyperthermia is elevated body temperature due to failed thermoregulation that occurs when a body produces more heat than it dissipates. Look at this picture. Thermometer. This is the area of average normal range of temperature. 96.8 degree Fahrenheit. Below this level, experience hypothermia. 100.4 degree Fahrenheit. Above this level, experience hyperthermia, pyraxia. Look at this picture. Heat and cold adaptation. Below 5 degrees Celsius, hypothermia. Above 37 degrees Celsius, hyperthermia. So this is a zone of normothermy, can adapt temperature as well as cold. Difference between hypothermia and hyperthermia. Hypothermia, hyperthermia. Temperature drops in hypothermia, elevated temperature in hyperthermia. Absorbs less heat in hypothermia, absorbs more heat in hyperthermia. Failed thermoregulation in hypothermia. In hyperthermia, also failed thermoregulation. In hyperthermia, below 5 degrees Celsius. Hyperthermia, above 37 degrees Celsius. Hypothermia, cold adaptation failed. Hyperthermia, heat adaptation failed. Next biological need, pain. Need for avoidance of pain. Can you define pain? It is an unpleasant sensory and emotional experience associated with potential tissue damage or described in terms of such damage. No organism can continue to bear pain. Whenever we experience pain, we try to avoid it. We are motivated to escape from painful stimulus. For example, when we are under hot sun, we go to shadow. When something is pitching, we avoid it. Mechanism of pain. The physiological mechanism of pain. Sense organs for pain-free nerve endings are widely distributed throughout skin, blood vessels and internal organs. Body equipped with certain automatic mechanism for avoiding pain. Example, a sudden pain in limb. A person reflects withdraw his limb from the source of stimulation. So pain is powerful drive. Physiology of pain pathway. Look at this picture. Pain pathway. Pain source. Peripheral nerve. Dorsal horn. Spinal tract. Sensory cortex in the brain. Thalamus. Lymphatic system. Physiology pain pathway. The withdrawal reflex is a spinal reflex intended to protect the body from damaging stimuli. Spinal reflexes are often monosynaptic and are mediated by symbol reflex arc. A withdrawal reflex is mediated by a polysynaptic reflex resulting in the stimulation of many motor neurons in order to give a quick response. When a person touches a hot object and withdraws their hand from it without actually thinking about it, the heat stimulus, temperature and danger receptors in the skin, triggering a sensory impulse that travels to the central nervous system. The sensory neuron then synapses with interneurons that connected to motor neurons. Some of these send motor impulses to the flexors that leads to the muscles in the arm to contract, while some motor neurons and inhibitory impulses to the extensors. So flexion is not inhibited. This is refers to as reciprocal innervation. Next, biological motive, drive for elimination of waste. Our body cannot bear anything excess or anything waste. Excess waste is sent out in the form of urine or sweat. So also digested food particles after absorption of nutritional substances are sent out in the form of stools. We experience discomfort until this waste are eliminated. Next biological motive, sleep motive. Sleep is an essential process for normal functioning of body and mind. When our body and mind are tired, they need rest for rejuvenation of energy. It is observed that there is excess accumulation of a toxin called lactic acid when tired. After sleeping, it disappears and the person becomes active. Sleep deprivation also leads to psychological problems like confusion, inability to concentrate, droppy eyelids, muscle tremors, etc. Can you define sleep motive? It is a condition of body and mind which typically recurs for several hours every night, in which the nervous system is inactive, the eyes closed, the postural muscles relaxed, and consciousness practically suspended. Stages of sleep motive. Stage 1. It is the beginning of the sleep cycle. The brain produces high amplitude theta waves. This period of sleep around 5 to 10 minutes. Stage 2. It is the second stage of sleep and lasts for approximately 20 minutes. The brain wave begins to produce rapid rhythmic brain wave activity known as sleep spindles. Body temperature starts to decrease and heart rate begins to slow. Stage 3. Deep slow brain waves known as delta waves begin to emerge. It is transitional period between light sleep and a very deep sleep. Stage 4. It is sometimes refers to a delta sleep because of the slow brain waves known as delta waves. This sleep that lasts for approximately 30 minutes. Bedwetting and sleepwalking are most likely to occur at the end of stage 4 sleep. Stage 5. Most dreaming occurs during the 5th stage of sleep known as rapid eye movement REM sleep. Look at this picture. Look at this picture. 100% sleep cycle. Stage 1, 4 to 5% of sleep. Stage 2, 45 to 55 percentage. Stage 3, 4 to 6 percentage. Stage 4, 12 to 15 percentage. Stage 5, 20 to 25 percentage. Fact about dreams. Everybody dreams. Second, but you've forgotten most of your dreams. 3. Not all dreams are in color. 4. Men and women dream different. 5. You can control your dreams. 6. Negative emotions are more common in dreams. 7. Blind people dream. 8. You are paralyzed during your dreams. Many dreams are universal. Sleep disorders or abnormalities in sleeping. Primary insomnia, chronic difficulty in falling asleep or maintaining. Next, delayed sleep phase syndrome, DSPS, inability to awake and fall asleep at socially acceptable times. Hypophenia syndrome, abnormally slow breathing or slow respiratory rate while sleeping. Next biological motive is sex motivation. It is unique in biological motive. Survival of individual. Learned sexual behavior. This is biological motive arise in the organism as a result of secretion of sex hormones like androgens and estrogens. Sex need is not essential for the survival of the individual, but it is essential for the survival of the species. However, fulfillment of the sex need is not like satisfying hunger or thirst. The society and the law exercise certain codes of conduct. Human being has to adhere to these rules. Usually this need is fulfilled through marriage. Look at this picture. Can you define sex motive? It is also called as sex drive, the impulse to gratify sexual needs, either through direct sexual activity or through apparently unrelated activities, or sublimation. Factors of sex motive. Hormonal factors. Male testes secrete testosterone. Female ovaries estrogen and progesterone, responsible for sexual behavior. Sex glands matured at puberty, develop masculine, feminine. Body forms, hair distribution, vocal characteristics and sex organs. Habitual factors acquired through learning, habit, can cause sexuality to persist even when sex hormones are absent. Instinct, natural behavior, regulated by social restrictions. Phases of sex motive. 4 phases: excitement phase, genital areas; plateau phase, genital secrete fluids; orgasmic phase, ejaculate; resolution phase, experience a refractory. Look at this graph. Sex response cycle: excitement, plateau, orgasm, men only refractory period, then resolution. Detail going on. Initial excitement. Genital areas become encouraged with blood. Penis become erect. Clitoris swells. Respiration and heart rate increases. Plateau phase. Respiration and heart rate continue at an elevated level. Genitals secrete fluid in preparation for orgasm. Next phase, orgasm. Rhythmic genital contractions that may help consumption. Respiration and heart rate increase further. Males ejaculate. There is evidence of female ejaculation as well, often accompanied by a pleasurable euphoria. Resolution phase. Respiration and heart rate return to normal. Resting states. Men experience a refractory period, a time period that must elapse before another orgasm. Women do not have a similar refractory period and can repeat the cycle immediately. Look at this picture. Sex response cycle: excitement, plateau, orgasm, then resolution. Sexual health. Can you define sexual health? A state of physical, emotional, mental, and social well-being. In relation to sexuality, it is not merely the absence of disease, dysfunctions, or infirmity. Sexual health requires a positive and respectful approach to sexuality and sexual relationships. As well as the possibility of having pleasurable and safe sexual experiences, free of coercion, discrimination, and violence. For sexual health to be attained and maintained, the sexual rights of all persons must be respected, protected, and fulfilled. Sexual disorders. 1. Sexual desire disorders. Decrease libido. 2. Sexual arousal disorders. frigidity in women and impotence in men. 3. Erectile dysfunctions, inability, erection of the penis. 4. Premature ejaculation before the partner achieves orgasm. 5. Orgasm disorders, absence of orgasm. 6. Sexual pain disorders, spasm of the muscles of the vaginal wall. 7. Uncommon sexual disorders in men, diabetes, peripheral vascular diseases, hypertension, and those who are smoke, etc. Masturbation. It is the erotic stimulation of one's own genitals for pleasure. Is the self-stimulation of the sex organs, most often to the points of orgasm. Can you define masturbation? Excitation of one's own genital organs, usually to orgasm, by manual contact other than sexual intercourse. Health benefits of masturbation. Masturbation can increase self-knowledge. It can lead to self-discoveries. Masturbation is nature's sleeping aid. Masturbation provides pain relief. It is a great stress reliever. Prevention of sexually transmitted diseases. It prevents cancer. It helps you last longer. It ups your immunity. It boosts your mood. Prevent erectile dysfunctions. Next biological motive, maternal drive. The maternal drive or instinct refers to the tendency for the female of the species to perform the maternal behavior of nesting, feeding, sheltering, and protecting their offspring, predominant across species, to reflect innate biological mechanisms. This is an instinct or an inborn tendency. Every normal woman aspires to become a mother. Psychologists have. That is why in many cases the women who cannot bear children of their own will sublimate that motive and satisfy it through socially acceptable ways. Can you define maternal drive? Maternal drive has been defined as it is a maternal instinct, the drive by a mother to love and protect her young. Factors about maternal motive. Combination of hormones secreted during pregnancy, estrogen, progesterone, prolactin, a product of the pituitary gland, hypothalamus regulate, physiological process, sex and maternity. Fetus in the uterus stimulate secretion of prolactin. It is stimulate mammary gland which supply milk and maternal behavior. Next biological need for sensory stimulation. Sensory integration activities address sensory needs by either listening or amplifying the intensity of various forms of sensory stimulation that receive. Most sensory integration activities work with vestibular, proprioceptive and tactile sensory systems. Physiologically, human beings have many sensory organs: eyes, ears, skin, nose, tongue, cochlea or body position, deep joint and muscles, kinesthetic receptors, internal receptors. Next biological need for postural changes. One of the physiological needs is to change our body postures constantly at some intervals. Photographic evidence shows that during sleep at night, person changes his or her posture more than 400 times. Thank you. Have a nice day.